Welcome to Allegiant Digital Stretch. My name is Tim. I'm going to be your coach. In today's workout, we're going to build upon what we did in block 9, this ab adducted position of the shoulder. For equipment, probably we need a yoga block, or if you don't have a yoga block, some sort of towel or thing to prop your foot or your elbow or your hand as we go through some of these stretches to working mobility. So we're going to open up with cars. Again, controlled articular rotations, working on neck all the way down to toe. Take you through step by step. We're going to do this for time instead of for reps, so you're thinking quality, not quantity. Get as many quality reps as you can in the quantity. All right, let's open up with neck. Find a good base position, feet hip width apart, nice, steady, strong position to move. Let's go ahead, bring that chin down towards your chest, rotate towards your left shoulder, drop the ear, circle all the way around, bringing that ear to the opposite shoulder, rotate. Bring it back to the start. We're going to continue in that direction for 30 seconds, and then I'll let you guys know when to switch. Thinking about making that circle as big as you can, 1 mile per hour, trying to rotate through as much of a range of motion as you can. If you feel any pain when you get to that closing angle or that small angle side, just simply go through a little less range of motion. Once you get to the start, reverse directions. Now we're going the opposite direction, just going 1 mile per hour, trying to make that circle as big as you can through each rotation as you can. You might find you have a little bit more range or a little bit more fluidity with movement, one way versus the other. That's normal. We are naturally asymmetrical, meaning we have a difference from left to right. This is why we put so much emphasis on unilateral movements within our program. When you finish this rep, go ahead, relax. We're going to move it down the spine. Give yourself a little bear hug. We're going to bring our chest down towards the ground. We're going to rotate towards your left, drop your left shoulder, circle all the way around. When you get to the start, keep going in that same direction, 1 mile per hour. Try to make that circle as big as you possibly can. Circle all the way around. Remember, if you feel a pain in that closing angle side, aka the small side, that means we have a little bit of an impingement going on. We just want to take a little bit of range of motion off. If you feel a lot of pain, you may need to stop entirely. But as we're going through this, try to explore as much space as you can. Finish the rep that you're currently on. Let's reverse direction. Going 1 mile per hour. Try to make that circle as big as you possibly can. Locking in that joint above, which would be your neck, and that joint below, which would be your hip. Only thing moving is your entire spinal column from your tailbone to the bottom of your neck. And finish the rep that you're currently on, and we'll come back to the start. Now we're going to go arms out in front, closed fist, because we want to isolate that scapula. Now we're going to retract our shoulder blades back, elevate your shoulder blades up, push your shoulder blades forward, bring your shoulder blades down. If this is backwards, we're going to keep going backwards for 30 seconds. So this one direction, retract, elevate, protract, depress, and keep circling forward. Imaginary shelf our hands are sitting on, so our hands can go forward and back, but we want to avoid them going up and down. Finish the rep that you're currently on, get back to the start, now we'll reverse. Protract, elevate, retract, depress. Now we're moving a forward circle. Again, hands forward and back, not up and down. 1 mile per hour here. Take your time, try to make that circle as big as you can. You'll notice you'll get a little fatigued in that mid and upper back. This just means that we're moving through a little bit more of a range or more focus than we normally do, which is all natural. As we go through this, you might find a crampy sensation. That just means we're entering ranges that we're not accustomed to, and your body's trying to find a way to either accommodate that range or maybe possibly get out of it. These are now potential that we're adding into it, so the more comfort we get at that range, the better we're going to be at that range. We're going to move on to shoulder. Let's go left side. Point your thumb pointed straight out. The first move is going to be up, across. Keep that thumb pointed out as long as you can. When you get to that ear, start to rotate that bicep in, That thumb will come forward, then reach that arm behind. We're going to keep that rotation going till we get to that pocket. Now that thumb should be pointed behind us. Reverse that direction. You'll feel a block. Then we start to unrotate or unravel and just retrace our steps. We're going to do this one for 60 seconds. So we're going to keep going back and forth from forward to back to forward for 60 seconds, trying to accrue as many quality reps as we possibly can. Remember, we're looking for quality, not quantity here. 1 mile per hour, lock that rib cage in, thinking about creating as much of a circle as you possibly can. Excellent work. Keep it going. And let's finish this rep that we're currently on, and then we'll flip to the other side. Now we're going to go right side, thumb pointed out, bring it all the way to your ear, bring that arm all the way back, reverse direction, 1 mile per hour here. Thinking about tick-tocking forward and back to forward. As you get to these like sticky parts, the top of the shoulder, that extended position of the shoulder, or when the arm's pointed back, create as much tension throughout your body is the concept called irradiation, meaning that we're trying to create tension or stability to access more range in a particular joint. This is a really important concept to start to establish during cars, that concept of irradiation, to access more range and get more out of the actual exercise. Pails and rails, even breathing. The more we can focus on locking in certain joints, there's a concept called centration of locking in a joint to create more stability and more output. Same concept with the radiation. Create more stability throughout your body, create this almost Valsalva type of mechanism. Let's finish this rep that we're currently on, and we're going to move on to elbow. So thumbs pointed out, we're going to flex at the elbow, get all the way up to your bicep hitting your forearm, rotate your thumbs inward, come on back down, reverse direction. We're going to just tick-tock back and forth in this pronated to supinated, aka holding soup, dumping the soup, for 3 reps here, not necessarily for time. Awesome. Once you finish with 3 reps, we'll bring your hands up to 90 or elbows up to 90 degrees, palm in a supinated position. Close your fist. Let's bring your fist down towards the ground, and we're going to make a clockwise circle for 3 reps. And then a counterclockwise circle for 3 reps. We're going to move into hip. If you need something stable, like a wall or even a chair, by all means, please grab one. We're going to work on hip, and the more balance and stability we have, the more range we'll have. We're going to do the same thing we did on hip as we did shoulder. So whatever leg, inside arm's going to be holding. Let's bring that knee all the way up towards your chest, as high as you can. Rotate that shin inward. Pull that knee out wide, reach that heel behind, keeping your torso nice and tall, circulating back and forth for 60 reps. This one's going to bring more attention to creating stability. So as I bring that knee out and I rotate that heel behind, that torso is going to want to dump the opposite way. That's creating space. And you'll notice that position when we get into our flexibility work, aka pails and rails. And this is trying to create space that my hip doesn't have. So I'm going to dump my torso away to give myself the perception of having space in that joint, where I'm literally just trying to find a way to compensate in that direction. So fight that now. Create this active range of motion as you're going through that hip. So knee up, rotate, bring that heel behind you, keeping that torso nice and tall and rigid, almost stoic, and then bring it around. Finish the rep that you're currently on, and we'll flip to the other side. Bring that knee up, rotate, heel behind you. Awesome. We're going to tick-tock back and forth here for 60 seconds, keeping your torso rigid, stance leg strong. Use that inside hand to give you more stability. Irradiate is that term. Create tension through your body so we can get more from that targeted joint action. Knee up, knee out, rotate, pull that heel back in. We're just going to tick-tock back and forth, 60 seconds here, thinking about getting as many quality reps as you can. That sticky part, create tension. Again, these high volume sets, these elongated sets, 60 seconds, you'll feel some kind of tension, some sort of crampy sensation, fight through. Okay, now we're gonna go back down to knee. Same thing as elbow, we're gonna do this for reps. Knee and elbow are same joint, ankle and wrist are same joint, hip and shoulder are same joint. So we're gonna train them exact same from top to bottom. All right, so heel pulled in towards your hamstring, rotate your knee out. So now where heel is pointed in and that toe is pointed out. Extend the knee, pull that heel back in, rotate that shin pointed in, so heel's pointed out. Extend, back in. We're just gonna tick-tock back and forth here for 3 reps. Once you're done with 3 here, we'll lock out the leg. We're gonna lock out that knee because once we start to move that ankle, the more that knee is flexed, the more that shin can move or that tibia. That can alter the range of motion or perception, again, a compensation. So lock that knee out, create centration in that knee, point that toe towards your shin, heel in, toe in, make a circle clockwise for 3 reps. Feel all that tension and counterclockwise. Try to move through as full circle as possible. Perfect. Let's go to the other side. Pull that heel in, rotate that shin out. So toes pointed out, heels pointed in. Pull that heel back in, reverse. We're gonna go 3 each way there. And then we'll go ahead and lock that leg out. Make a clockwise to counterclockwise circle. Perfect. Now, we're going to go on to toe here. So in toe, feet are going to be hip width apart. Thinking about all 5 toes are in contact with the ground. You should be able to feel the ground. This is the biggest proprioceptive organ we probably have that we're not using, meaning that the more I can feel the ground, the more I can use all 5 of my toes, the better strength from the foot up I'll have. So let's go ahead and increase the range, increase the stability, increase the function of your feet by learning how to re-educate them by moving them. All right, so let's go ahead. 5 toes are in contact with the ground. Pick your big toe up as high as you can and hold. So big toe is now elevated, 4 little toes are staying. Place that big toe back down on the ground. Let's repeat that again. Big toe back up and back down. Let's do one more. Big toe up and back down. Now, big toe is going to stay on the ground. Now we're going to lift our 4 little toes up. So big toe down, 4 little up, back down. Big toe down, 4 little up, back down. Big toe down, 4 little up. Great. Now let's lift all 5 toes up off the ground. So now my 5 digits are away from the ground. My whole heel and base of my foot is on the ground. Touch your big toe down. Back up, down, back up, down, back up. Now what we're going to do is spread our toes as wide as we can. And we're going to try to touch from our pinky toe down to our big toe, 1 toe at a time, like we're piano keying down. So pinky toe first, second, third, fourth, and then big toe. All 5 toes back up. Second, third, fourth, fifth, big toe back down up. And then we're up again. Spread, pinky down to big toe. Awesome. We got one more drill. Let's get into an all 4s position. So our base position for quadruped Hands and knees, not just hands and knees, but shoulders stacked over wrist, hips stacked over knees. From here, we're going to go through cat camel. Thinking one segment at a time. So pull your head up. So now I'm in cervical extension. Bring my chin down and then push my upper back towards the ceiling. Trying to pull each one of my vertebrae up, 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 and then you'll get to your tailbone. Tailbone will dump behind and down. Now from here, start at the tailbone, and then one segment at a time, bring each one of your vertebrae close to the ground, get towards your neck, and then elevate that neck again, and then we're just going to snake back down. And then back up. Back down. And back up. Awesome. Now we're going to go into a second position. So we're going to bring our hips back towards our heels. So I'm in this now collapsed position. And what this is doing is taking this lumbar out of the equation, right? So now my lumbar is completely locked in. So now what I've done is create that centrated effect or that locked joint effect. And now I'm going to have to get more range from somewhere else, which will come from the upper back, aka the thoracic spine. So we're just going to go through the same movement. Start off with extended, bring that chin down, so now I'm flexed. One segment at a time, pushing my vertebrae up and back. Go till you feel a block, and then reverse direction. And we're just going to snake up and down, almost like a slinky going down the stairs. One vertebrae moving at a time, trying to create a smooth, gradual transition up and down. We'll go one more rep. And then we'll transition forward. Then we're going to get down to our elbows. So now we're going to block our upper back, and now we're going to focus on our lumbar. So extended, flex, push as much of your vertebrae as you can towards the sky, and now we'll get down to that tailbone. Reverse, all the way back up. 3 up, 3 down. Awesome. Okay. That is a lot about this in last block 9, but the difference between flexibility and mobility. Flexibility being more passive, getting to that range using gravity to help hold you in a certain position. Mobility is this active. We're going to pull ourselves into certain positions. We're going to use the same exact positions we used last block, meaning this 90-90, front foot forward, back foot back, or this adducted position, the shoulder. But instead of getting into this passive range of motion, we're going to work active or mobility. So we're going to do what we call passive range liftoffs. We'll get into that adducted position, and then we'll pull into that stretch with the tissues that can pull in that, the contractile stuff. So what we're going to do is get into this 90-90 position. We're going to open up with the back leg. We're going to work hip internal rotation. So last time we rotated, we set up here. This puts us in end range, and we wanted to do is create that passive range of motion, but here we actually want to pull into a active end range. So we want to just pull a little throttle off. So we might want to rotate forward. If this is hard, we can get into this position. But ideally, we want to create some sort of separation from the ground to give some sort of feedback of us moving. If you're super mobile, you want to rotate up, you want to turn towards the back leg. You can even use this as a prop underneath your foot or ankle to help you get further into the stretch. So let's find a good thing. Do a little bit of a litmus or a stress test. Pick that foot up. If you can pick that foot up, you're in a good spot. If you can get really high, meaning I'm almost getting towards the ceiling, okay, just rotate, posture up, rotate a little bit more to the back leg. What we're gonna do every single time, I'll say pack the air down. That just means create pressure or compression through your body to create stability as we start to try to pull that foot up off the ground, wedging that knee into the ground. We wanna leverage the ability to create tension and to radiate through our entire body. So let's get comfortable in that position. Let's take a deep breath in, pack the air down. Let's lift that back foot, leaving the knee glued to the ground, and hold at the highest point in 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Parachute down. We're gonna repeat that 9 more times. Pack the air down, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. Back down, pack the air down, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 3. Parachute down, pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 4. Parachute down, pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 5. Parachute down, pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 6. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 7. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 8. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 9. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 10. Now we're going to work hip external rotation. So opposite of this back leg, we're focusing on the front leg. We want to lift our torso up, push our belly button forward, get into the end range by sitting into that hip hinge. Now, if I can't lift the foot up, same thing we just did in the back leg, we're going to pull our torso upright and then try to create separation from that foot and shin. Remember, we can get into this sideline position and see if we can get some range that way. The less I'm in this flex position of my hip, the less I'm in end range because now I'm less adducted, right? So find that position, do a little stress test, and let's get into this. All right, the same mechanism we did in the back leg, now we're gonna do in the front leg. We're gonna trap that front knee, lift the foot and chin and hold. For a 5 count, parachute down, we're gonna do 10 reps each side. Let's go ahead, take a deep breath in, pack the air down, trap that front knee, lift the foot and chin, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 3. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 4. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 5. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 6. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 7. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 8. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 9. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 10. Nice. Let's go ahead and switch to the other side. If you feel crampy at all during that, it just means you're getting to that end range. And a lot of times we find when we go active or pull ourselves into that range with the contractile tissues, we find a little bit more crampy sensation because we're in a shortened position and we're pulling into that closing angle. So that might mean the tissues in that angle are not very accustomed to being there. And that tension at that length is hard on that nervous system. So it wants to pull ourselves out of that position, hence create a cramp. You just find where you're comfortable with. And the more tolerance you get, the more stamina you get, the stronger you get, the less that crampy sensation starts to come in. You just increase your range of motion, at least your active range of motion. So fight for it, push through every time, get a little bit more comfortable, get a little bit more tolerance, and you should be able to increase that bandwidth as you go. Let's go back to the back leg. So we're gonna posture up, rotate towards that back leg. If you use the yoga block on the other leg, use it again on this leg. Try to replicate that position as much as you possibly can. Same mechanism, trap that back knee, lift the foot and chin, hold for a 5 count. We're gonna do 10 reps and then we'll go to the front leg for hip external rotation. Let's take a deep breath in, pack the air down, trap that knee and lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 3. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 4. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 5. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 6. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 7. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 9. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Now we're gonna go set up in this front leg. Hip external rotation, torso up, pull that belly button forward, lift that sternum, pull yourself to the end range, do a little stress test. Can I lift that front foot and shin? Nope, pull yourself out of it. Try to find that position where you can pull that leg at least off the ground so you can get a little bit of feedback. If you were in the sideline position, just go right back to that. All right, so once we find that position, we're gonna work. Same mechanism, trap the front knee, lift the foot and shin and hold for a 5 count, 10 reps. Here we go, take a deep breath in, pack the air down. Trap that front knee, lift that foot and shin and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 3. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 4. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 5. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 6. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 7. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 8. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 9. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Okay, lower body done. We're gonna go into upper body. So the ab adducted position, same thing we did for lower body, we're gonna do for upper body. For that hip external rotation, we worked adducted. For that hip internal rotation, we worked abducted. We just reverse it for the upper body. So now we're gonna work shoulder internal rotation in that adducted position. If you need to use a yoga block for a pillow, you have it. If you have a towel, great. Find anything to prop your head because you're gonna be holding that position for about a minute, and then we'll switch to the other side. As well as when we get to that abducted position, you'll need this guy and put it underneath or a towel or something. Books would be fine as well. All right, so let's go side lying here next. And we want to find a comfortable position of adduction, meaning I'm going to take my arm, get it right in line here. So I want in line with my shoulder, collapse my torso forward, so now I'm more adducted, or just creating more of a closing angle between my torso and that upper arm or my bicep. Get my elbow at 90, and then from here, what I'm going to do is pull into internal rotation. So now I'm not at my end range. If I pull down towards the ground, then I'll be at my end range. Now, upper body wise, different than lower body, there's a lot less muscle mass. So what you'll find is you can probably move through a greater degree of excursion or overall range of motion without that crampy sensation, or at least you're more comfortable with this, like, all right, now I'm getting to this fatigued, really challenging state. So I encourage you to really try to push and really try to find that end range and push through, create tension, radiate, as well as when I'm in that upright position and I'm in that 90-90 position, I can kind of anchor down and push in. It's hard to really create stability. I got to really work and really try to do, because I'm on the sideline position, I'm a little bit more stable. So what you really got to do is focus on that contraction. Pull that arm away, fight for that end range, create tension, push through when it gets to that point of like, I don't really feel it. Fight for it, right? That's the difference. It's all about intent, intent, intent. All right, so let's find a end range here. This would be my end range. Pull yourself out of that just a little bit, maybe about 2 or 3 inches. And then from there, we're gonna go down towards the ground, hold for at that end range for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then back up. Okay, let's take a deep breath in, pack the air down, pull that arm towards the ground, and hold there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pack down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. Pack down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 3. Pack down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 4. Pack down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 5. Pack down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 6. Pack down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 7. Pack down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 8. Pack down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 9. Pack down, 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. We'll go ahead and switch to the other side now. If you feel any pain in any of these positions, you can stop, or you can kind of go into a little less range of motion, right? You make that decision for you. This is for you to hopefully help you. And remember, all this stuff is trying to do is accentuate our big movement pattern. Squat, push, squat, hinge, push, and pull. So if I can get more internal, external rotation, both of my hip and my shoulder, we should be, in theory, be able to get greater range of motion from those big movement patterns without pain or discomfort or any kind of compensation. And therefore, we should be able to get more bang for our buck. Let's go ahead and find our end range here on this opposite side. So now I'm in this end range. This is where I can't go any further. I'm gonna pull slightly out of that, 2 to 3 inches. And then from here, we're gonna go into our lifts off. So let's take a deep breath in, pack the air down, pull that arm towards the ground and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pack down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. Pack down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 3. Pack down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 4. Pack down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 5. Pack down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 6. Pack down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 7. Pack down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 8. Pack down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 9. Pack down, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 10. Great work, guys. We got one more we're going to do. We're going to go to that prone position. I made the mistake last time and not taking this off, and you guys just hear me blasting into this, breathing heavy. So I'm going to put it off to the side here for now. We're going to go on our stomach. So I'll set up at an angle here. We're going to go a 90-90 position, or a 90-degree position of the elbow, arm completely abducted. So I want it in line with my shoulder. So remember on this, we have a couple heights we can go. So as I set up on the ground, I'm going to line my arm up just like such. If I can lift my arm away, we're in a good spot. If I can't, we got to go either to the ground or find something a little bit lower. If I can crush this, meaning that I'm pulling my arm like almost to the ceiling, then I can just go a little bit higher here. So find that range that we can go about 2 or 3 inches away from the block, and we're gonna lift up off the ground, hold that. We're gonna anchor that elbow into the ground, pull that arm up, hold for a 5 count, and repeat 9 more times. So let's find a good position, find your end range, get comfortable there, and let's go to work. Let's take a deep breath in, pack the air down, lift that arm up and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 3. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 4. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 5. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 6. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 7. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 8. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 9. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 10. Go ahead, let's hit the other side. We're gonna go now, hit this other side, abducted position again, hold that for 10 reps, and then we'll be done. We'll move on to some breathing, guys. So arm abducted, let's get lined up here in this prone position, find that end range. Okay, I'm good spot there. We're gonna hit our 10 reps. Let's go ahead and hit this. Take a deep breath in, pack the air down, lift that arm up and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 3. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 4. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 5. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 6. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 7. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 8. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 9. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 10. All right, guys. So those are our 4 key positions: ab, adducted position of shoulder, working hip and shoulder internal, external rotation, building upon what we did last month, which was more flexibility. This month was all about mobility. We're going to do a hybrid of that next month. All right, let's finish off with some breathing. Big focal point on getting into that parasympathetic tone. Using this as dual part 1, increasing the bandwidth of our shoulders to be able to get more from movement. Okay, so let's finish off with some breathing. We're going to go 3 positions to choose from. And the reason behind each position, it formats a different way for your body in space. So if my body is facing down, if my body is facing up, it's a different gravitational effect on that thorax, right? So if I'm pointing straight up and we have this negative pressure pulling air into our lungs from the diaphragm contracting, it's different when my torso is pointed down or an inverted position. Now we don't have negative pressure, we have the effect of gravity. So in a sense, I have to contract to inhale, we reverse it, we have to contract to exhale when we're inverted. And that goes into why we want to focus on inhale versus exhale, right? So in regards to the positions, if you really struggled with internal rotation, this one, if I was cramping a lot, I felt like I had nothing, you want to be inverted. And what that does is gets a little bit more of a bias towards exhalation, or that breathing out. And the position we want to do with that is going to be an inverted position. We want hips stacked over knees, just like we did in the CARS multi-segmental spine. So hips stacked over knees, elbows on the ground. Now, the more I'm elevated in my knees, the more inverted I am. So we can grab a yoga block, we can place that underneath our knees just like such, and we can get more inverted. We can use books, we can use towels, we can have balance pads. Do that. But the more inverted you are, the more effect you have on challenging exhalation. So if you really struggled with that internal rotation of the hip, you want to focus on a exhale bias strategy, aka inversion. The second position, well, and I know this probably feels a little counterintuitive, but stick with me, is if you struggle with the external rotation with the legs in front, will be that crocodile position, just like we did in our prone shoulder external rotation. So I'm here. And what this is, instead, I know it feels like we're inverted still, but what this is instead is now I give myself some sort of resistance when I inhale. So exhalation for internal rotation, inhalation for external rotation limitation. So now I'm going to bias inhalation or breathing in because I'm giving myself resistance. So as I breathe in through the nose, I'm going to have to push my body away and I have to contract. I have to contract that diaphragm and I have to really pull that air in because I have some body weight resistance as I'm pushing it in. So crocodile if you struggle with external rotation. Now the final one would be a 90-90 with a internal rotation on the left side bias, and I'll show you what that looks like in a second. Where you want to focus on that, if you didn't really struggle with internal external rotation, but you might have felt the left side was a lot more restricted than the right side, specifically internal rotation wise, that's when you want to go a 90-90 internal rotation left side bias position. So what that will look like is I'm going to get a chair or a wall and set up with a 90-90 breathing position. I know that probably seems confusing because we did 90-90 for our position to stretch, but the truth is it's the same 90 degree, just kind of a different angle, I guess. So from here, my heels are resting on a chair. I am now relaxed in this position. I want to pull my knees there. If you have a towel or yoga block, we're going to squeeze that between our knees. Remember we talked about ab adduction? So same thing, adduction now. And then I'm going to try to pull my left heel out and then point my right knee straight back. From here, I'm going to pull my heels down onto the chair or the wall. And what that's going to do is activate my hamstrings and then get my pelvis from this anterior to more posterior position. And what that will do is bias that internal rotation on the left side, and it's going to challenge the diaphragm to breathe against that, like what we call left AIC position. Now, torso matters quite a bit here. Remember, the lungs are different sizes. from left to right. The heart's on the left side, the liver's on the right side. So what I'll do is as I'm driving my left heel out, squeezing this yoga block between my knees, I'm going to take my left hand, place it on my ribs, and take my right hand, place it overhead. If you feel more comfortable just going inverted or crocodile, completely fine. But if you felt like, hey, I had a massive limitation on that left side during that hip internal rotation, that 90-90 position with the leg back, I really strongly suggest you go to that 90-90 position. Now, what we're going to do from here is pause, maybe play around with each one of those positions, and then figure out which one you're going to go from there. So if you need to stop right now, please do. Now we're going to go into the actual breathing cadence. So whatever position you are, we're going to go inverted, crocodile, or 90-90. We're going to go into this 4-4-4-8 or 4-4-8 fork tempo. So breathe in for 4, we'll hold for 4, we'll breathe out for 8, we'll hold out for 8. So I'll say 4-3-2-1, 4-3-2-1, 8-7-6-5, 4-3-2-1, 4-3-2-1, and we'll repeat. So we're going to find that position, and we're going to go through 10 cycles of that 4-4-8-4 tempo. All right, so whatever one you want to get into, let's go ahead and get into that now. So if I'm in a crocodile position, if I'm in an inverted position, or if I'm into this 90-90 position, let's go ahead and do so now. Get a couple breaths in that position just to kind of get comfortable. Remember, we're always going to breathe in through the nose. We're going to breathe out through the mouth. No matter what position we're in, whether it's inhale or exhale bias, it's still going to be controlled full air in through the nose, controlled pushing the air out exhalation. The imaginary breathing in through a straw is going to be kind of the metaphor we'll stick with. And we're going to do that for 10 repetitions, and I'll guide you through each one. All right, so let's get that position. We're now getting a couple breaths in. Let's start to get into this direction. So everyone breathe out. Now we're going to breathe in through the nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold that air in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Push the air out through the mouth for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold that air out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Repeat. Pull air in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the air out for 4, 3, 2, 1. And repeat. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now continue on for 5 more cycles. Thinking about filling in as much of that air in. Keep breathing. So we should be now moving into that hold, that exhale. If you're getting to that inverted position, exhale will get progressively harder and harder. You'll start to maybe get a little bit of lightheaded. Control that breath. If you need to take a break, take a pause, get out of that position for a second. Do so. Try not to make yourself to the point of passing out. If you're in that crocodile position, you're going to really struggle potentially getting into that inhale or that breathing in. If you're in that 90-90 position, you'll find that left leg's going to want to move out of that position. You'll find you'll start to squirm. You'll start to contort. It'll be harder to pull down on your heels. It'll be harder to squeeze that yoga block towel or book. It'll just be harder, right? So that's the goal, is to try to maintain that tempo. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's a great tempo to keep on your own. So if you ever need 5 breaths in a good position, anytime you need to do that, we'll get a huge amount of benefit. Getting 5 cycles of that, 3 cycles of that. All right, so we should just be wrapping up that final inhalation or that final exhalation, and we can slowly move from that position. All right, so that concludes our breathing. Really good strategy to help finish off. If you ever need to do that post-session, great aspect of getting a really good targeted effect. All right, we'll break here, and that concludes Stretch for today.